something I want to ask you about. Retaining a business valuation expert early by the attorney lets you have discussions and strategies before any reports are issued. And couldn't this whole backtracking be avoided by getting the valuation expert in early and really buttoning it down? Would that be helpful?
Yeah, and I think that, from my experience in kind of testifying around the country, it seems like every state is a little bit different. Like sometimes you're protected if you're hired by the attorney, sometimes you're not protected. So for me, I like to protect myself by not issuing a report until I've reviewed it online in Zoom with everybody, by not issuing drafts of the report so that they're sitting out there in case things change. But at the end of the day, what you're really getting at is, if you provide a valuation and that marketability discounts and discounts for lack of control are always relevant for a 25% interest, the moment that you decide that you're not going to do that, right, is really going against what theoretically is sound. And if you don't have a good logic or reason to back it up, like you're going to be crossed on that and be
Absolutely.
like, well, every other valuation, did you apply a discount? Yes. Like they're going to pull up, like nowadays, they're going to go on a listserv and be like, hey, has anybody used Melissa and she hasn't used a discount for like, could you send me that report? Like attorneys do some kind of legwork in this to get you on the stand or get you in deposition. And they probably would have identified it in deposition whenever they got. So I prefer to never have a draft. I prefer to just go straight to final report or issue nothing in the interim because these cases, it could take a year. Like I could have valued it as 12/31/2024, but now we're in 2026 and I got to update it to 2025. I'd rather not have this comparison if, they start to compare, well, you did a different cap rate. Oh, you averaged these different. Like, I don't want to have it sitting out there. So I think, yes, hire the expert, but from an expert perspective, protect yourself. And even when the attorneys or the clients say, I'd really like to see a copy of it. Like I need to, kind of look at it and dissect it. I don't mind sitting on a Zoom for quite a long time, right? I don't mind sitting there while I've even had them read full federal reports online while we sit there and we, like I let them sometimes control it. Like, hey, I'll be back in a half an hour. Take a look at this. But the moment you put it in email and you save it and you do all these things, I think you're just setting yourself up. And so I think it's a protection that I put in place, even when the lawyer's like, oh, this is work product, or, oh, this is protected by the attorney. That's not always the case. And I'm going to have to release it if I get subpoenaed. And because that's my credibility, that's my way of operating.